Our audio is live. Loving it. Seeing good signs. Everybody's getting set up. Nick is fixing his microphone. So I might seem distracted a little bit tonight. It's just because I'm trying to entertain a cat and get her to stay. Need her to burn some energy. It's just me and her this week.
Where's Jamie?
Jamie's she's headed down to Salinas tonight. She's heading down to Salinas tonight, but then I believe she's heading down to Santa Barbara. At least slow. I just can't remember. I believe she's going all the way to Santa Barbara. But yeah, so she's out of town for work this week.
Oh.
Yeah, it's slow.
There we go. That should work. Get up here.
How's everyone doing? How you doing, Jen?
Okay, can you hear me? Testing 1 2 3 1 2.
Good.
Yeah, we can hear you, Nick.
Sweet.
Making you.
Well, Brian, I should announce to you, but look what I got on my plate. I don't know if you can see all the way this far.
Is this supposed to be color?
No.
It's vegetables.
Wow.
I got
Good
broccoli.
job, buddy.
I got Brussels sprouts. I got carrots. I got.
I could not see green.
There's Brussels sprouts,
Mixed with what?
Broccoli.
Bacon and ham?
carrots.
Brown sugar butter.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Texas Roadhouse right here.
Nice.
Dude, I'm killing the fruit vegetable game already. Like, first thing in the morning, I had spinach and fruit in my breakfast.
Mm.
Booyah.
Well, joke's on you. I don't even eat breakfast. Ha! So no calories going in, no calories going out.
Oh boy. How's everybody? Everybody good?
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, I'm doing a lot better.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear, Nick.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate all of your concern and just wanting to hear me out. So everything's good now.
Good.
Good.
I get it. You know, I totally get it. Sometimes you just need a break, or you gotta work through some things on your own.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It really had nothing to do with anybody else. It's just kind of all in my head kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, just internal kind of stuff.
I know the feeling. 100 million %.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, we can all relate to that. That's the one thing as humanity, we should all be able to relate to, like, internal struggles, because we all have them.
Nah, I have no feelings. I am a robot.
Nah.
Negative. If I knew the binary for that, which proves that I am not a robot,
Yeah.
I would have said.
So, well, how was everybody's Father's Day?
Long.
Okay.
Long work. Because it's Father's Day mixed with graduation week.
Freaking graduations, am I right,
Too
Jen?
many, too many people in 1 week.
Did you work all day on Father's Day?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, like my 8 hours. I
Yeah.
treat work like a prison sentence. Take my time, get out.
Yeah. Alright, that's cool.
I didn't do much for Father's Day. I called my dad, but I felt terrible because he's in France. So I didn't realize it was midnight his time, but I was like, oh shit, I need to call my dad. And God bless him. God bless him. He answered the phone at midnight and was soldiering through a conversation with me. I felt terrible.
Did you chat with him for?
Oh, like 15 minutes, not long.
Oh, okay, man. That's good.
Yeah, I tried to
I felt
keep.
so bad for calling him at midnight and we talked till 3 a.m.
No, I felt so, no. I did. I felt so bad. I am glad that he answered, but I felt terrible about calling him so late. No, I tried to keep it as short as possible. I could hear it in his voice. He was so tired. Yeah. All right. 6:10. We're all here. We're all settled in. Do we want to hear the? Well, I feel like I'm frozen again. So. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Okay, I see movement again. There we go. I'm gonna try this again. Internet, God, internet sucks, man. This is so bad. Are you guys ready to hop in? All right. Well, let's do this thing.
Here we go.
Welcome to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out as we dive into tonight's movie, Good Grief, streaming on Netflix. This was my pick, and I am, of course, Matt, joined tonight by Brian, a.k.a. Do We Have to Charlie Brown? That's all I'm hearing is like the sad sound of Charlie Brown when he walks away. Is that what you're referring to? Okay.
No. I mean, it's Good Grief, and Good Grief was Charlie Brown's.
Good.
catchphrase.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm with you. Good grief. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then Do We Have to Charlie Brown is you'll understand that one in a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, but let's just say I'm already ready to get off this train that doesn't stop at here anymore.
Okay. All right. Joining us as well as Jen, without the big bowl tonight, but maybe if she still has dinner that she's cooking up, we'll see something. Any plans for dessert?
I have no idea, honestly. I had some coffee because that sounded good, and because like I use my Core Power Life protein shake as my creamer, so it's like I get protein and coffee, and it's very satiating.
Okay.
That actually sounds really good.
I've tried it before.
It's amazing.
I don't like the texture of it for the coffee. Like I need some sort of creamer. Like it took me a while to stick with the oat milk that we have, and I'm like, it's perfect.
Ooh, yeah, oat milk is good with coffee for sure. But I'm obsessed with my. You can't. I have Amazon ship me Core Power every 2 weeks. Like, obsessed.
Nice.
I guess you're getting your protein intake, so that's good. All right. We also have Nick sitting on the new couch, old couch. It is funny. It's very much like you're back at your old place.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but it feels the same. So it's nice. It's nice. Not sure if you're planning on sticking with this location, but it's not too bad.
No, it's this is like my personal living room away from my grandmother's living room,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically a bedroom, so that's why like it feels kind of small. But yeah, I just didn't. I sit at a desk all day at work. I don't want to come home and then sit at a desk for 3 hours or 4 hours or 5, depending on how we roll.
Depending on how we're feeling that night, yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, I was like, you know what? I just want to lounge it on the couch today,
There you go. Okay.
and I'm already loving it.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I like the new look. I don't want to speak for
Yeah, I
everybody.
like it.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, this is like
Look
decades
comfy.
of books that have been here from like the 80s, 60s, and 50s and stuff.
I was gonna
So
say like you're over there pretending like it's your little living room away and you decorated it. I'm like I'm pretty sure all of those books were there when I helped him move.
Yeah.
yes, yes, no, yeah, no. This came with the room. Yeah,
Fully furnished.
Yeah, I wish it
yeah,
was fully furnished.
fully furnished with books from the 1960s.
It is a pretty awesome bonus. Free
Yeah.
books. All right. Okay, so tonight's movie is Good Grief, and the reason I picked this mostly is because we haven't really acknowledged this, but it's Pride Month. We're in June, so it's Pride Month. So I tried to find something, a movie along the lines of LGBTQ community kind of a thing. The other ones that I was finding, I was like, I've seen these before. I don't really love them. And this was kind of a new one. I hadn't seen it, hadn't heard about it, but it's Dan Levy, and I love him in Schitt's Creek. I really enjoy the fact that like he's writer creator. I think he's funny. I think he's hilarious, and he's a really good actor. I still feel like I'm having a hard time separating him from his Schitt's Creek character, which is a shame. But he's getting there. But yeah, I saw this one. I thought it'd be an interesting one. I will admit I knew it wasn't gonna be a happy film. So I kind of keeping the mood down, I guess, but didn't want to change things up too drastically. So yeah, kind of keeping it with the more serious, but somewhat of a romance to a degree. I yeah, I thought that this would be one that we'd be able to talk about, but not necessarily everybody's favorite. And again, representation because it matters. So yeah, no major reason behind this except that I really enjoy Dan, and it's Pride Month. So, but does anybody want to go first for thoughts and score? I think we need to pump the brakes on Brian because he's got a train that's just like revving up. So go ahead, Jen.
I'll go first. So I had never heard of this movie or seen it. So went in kind of blind. I read the little whatever the description, but we all know Netflix's description of movies. So
Classic
couldn't
rom com as they dance their way through Paris, France.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, it was interesting. I wasn't expecting the LGBTQ part of it, but I mean, it is what it is. So that took me back a little bit, but I really enjoyed the story of it. I got a lot of like "P.S. I love you" vibes, and yeah, it was nice. I I don't know. I'll express more as we get into it, but for that, I'll give it a 4.8.
4.8. Okay. All right.
I'll go next, Brian. If you want to go.
We don't need to silence Brian. That was just like a. I know he's got something to say.
He's got something to say. Yeah. So Good Grief. This is a film. Never heard of it. Um, didn't really know much what to expect either. And like you said, Matt, like Daniel Levy, he's a phenomenal character in Schitt's Creek. Really funny. But I see him in more things like in commercials and other shows and stuff, and he's like a persona type of actor where he just kind of plays himself as roles. You know, he's not like the Johnny Depp of acting. He just is him in everything that he's in. So I kind of knew what to expect a little bit from this film based on what I know about him as an actor. Um, but I wasn't sort of expecting the film to play out how it did. And what I mean by that is the best way I can describe this movie is to me, it doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like, it feels like if I was sitting one on one with Daniel in a room, just like the two of us, and he is telling me a story about his husband. And this movie is just kind of like what I would picture in my head as he's telling me this story.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just like it's like an illustration of what he's saying. Um, and so it just didn't give me like movie vibes watching this. It just felt like a friend telling me a story about their life. Um, and so with that, like it just, if this is trying to come off as a movie, I think it kind of came off a little weak on the weaker end because it just didn't have like those huge plot points. It didn't have like the sitting on the edge of my seat, the drama, like the highs and the lows, and it just the movie just felt kind of very low. Just felt kind of the plot structure just felt kind of weak. But like I get the story. It's a great illustration for telling a story, and that's kind of what all of this movie really is. I think the pacing just goes a little too long sometimes. Um, and maybe that's what he was going for. You know, that's the artistic choice that they made. It's just not really something that I look for in a movie that I enjoy. Um, so the story is good, but I just as a movie just wasn't totally feeling it. So I'm giving this one a 3.2
Okay.
out of 5. Yeah.
All right. 3.2. That's respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Brian.
All right.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
I've never heard of this movie. So it was new to me. And
An unfortunate face for him to freeze on. Come on, interwebs.
it was so pretentious. I hated it. I like right off the bat. I'm like I don't like anyone in this party, and we'll talk about it later. But this movie just it put me to sleep, and then by that I don't mean it literally put me to sleep, but I was so bored. I was thinking maybe I should just go to sleep. Like it was horrible. And then by the time it got to the real meat and potatoes of it, I was so checked out. I'm like, I don't care anymore. Whatever, figure it out. Do you guys let's just get to the ending of this? Like, it was bad. I did not like it one bit. I mean, I can't even give credit to acting. I can give credit to the scenery, but bravo, you filmed in Paris, so you used Paris atmosphere. Of course, it's gonna look good on a rainy-ish looking night. With that, it's a 2-star, and I think I'm being pretty generous.
Okay.
Honestly, that does sound pretty generous based on what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hey. I look at I'm glad that we're kind of all over the map here. This is fantastic.
Yeah, we are everywhere.
I like it. Far too often we're just right in the same area, and one of us is the odd man out. So I like that we've got the full range here, and everybody's got some thoughts and feelings. This is my first time watching this movie. First time I had heard about it, seen. So I think it was brand new for everybody. I did watch the trailer before watching this, so like I had some idea of what I was picking. But overall, I did enjoy this movie. I thought one of its best, one of the things that it did the best was its cinematography. Early on, there was a transition from like more steady cam, like tripod setups to the like handheld and more shaky cam, that kind of a thing, which we'll talk about when we get into the scenes and everything. But I thought it was brilliant, the timing of it with the editing, how things happened. I think the cinematography, the camera work was done very well. And I really do like the story. I think Dan came up with a great story. I think it looks fantastic. But what I think the movie kind of fails at is dialogue. It's not that the dialogue is poor. It's just that there's not enough of it. and it's not as impactful as it could be. I really like the story. I like the twists and the turns and stuff of it. I like that I was surprised by certain things where it felt like it was going to read like your stereotypical, like P.S. I Love You, one of those more like tragic kind of things. And I would even say, what's the stupid holiday one that everybody's in? I mean, it's
Happy
killing me.
Season?
No,
Valentine's
Love
Day?
Actually. Love Actually. Close. Love Actually.
Oh,
The Christmas one. Yes. So like I like the kind of like tragic love stories within certain things and all of that. Like it kind of along those lines of things. But yeah, I think that's where it really fails, because I think it kind of what you were getting at, Brian, of like the pacing of everything, and it doesn't, it never really has anything that's got you hooked. That's really like, what are you holding on to? What are you waiting for? Like what's happening? What's keeping you here? It's just even happened or could happen, and I appreciate it for that reason. But ultimately, dialogue just isn't impact. Could be done better. Same story could have more of an impact. But I like what he did, and I can appreciate like this being a passion project for him. I think he did a great job. But ultimately, I gave it a 3.9. So like I said, we're kind of all over the map.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
I
So
do agree, Matt, with you saying how like this story doesn't have anything that keeps you like hooked on to something, or like motivations for a character, or like finding out what's going to happen next. Like, yeah, I think I do agree with that. That it faults in that kind of.
I want to talk about the characters. Don't.
Yeah.
I got things to say. But yeah. Just in general, it doesn't feel like there's that thing that really hooks you. You know,
Yeah.
that's got you hanging on, and it's sad because like the pieces are there. You've got the girl, Soph, you know, she's got a good story where things could be happening. You've got Thomas, who's kind of a mystery, and a lot of things could be happening with him. The love story that could be happening. Like there's so many things that could really be the draw, but none of them work effectively because they're not really addressed effectively. So
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts? Ready to hit that song?
Word up.
Ready to DJ drop that beat.
Fun facts, fun facts. Sit your butt down, cause Brian's in town. Fun facts, fun facts. Here we go now, so let's talk about fun facts.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
still
I can
fun.
feel the bass on my subwoofer from that.
Right? I'm pushing it. I'm pushing that one up a little bit from our theme song.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. It is June 16th, 2025. As we record this one, happy belated Father's Day to everybody out there. Hope you guys had a good one yesterday. And you can catch Good Grief filming, or not filming, streaming on Netflix. It's already been filmed. Yes, streaming on Netflix. It came out in 2023, and it is directed by Dan Levy. I believe this
Written.
is, yes, it is. It is
Written
his
and
directorial. What?
Written and directed.
Sorry, yes, written and directed.
Written
saving
and directed
him.
and starring.
I was saving him on the written part, Matt. Calm down.
Sorry.
And edited by, and cinematography by.
Yeah. It is his directorial debut and his only movie that he's directed thus far.
Okay.
All right, so it stars Dan Levy, who plays Mark. I kind of want to pause right here for a moment. You guys have kind of tap danced on it already, but I did feel like I didn't know if it was going to be, I wouldn't call it a hot take or anything, but I'm starting to question if Dan Levy is a good actor or if he's just good at being himself. And I think if you're good at being yourself, that doesn't really necessarily make you a good actor because I've seen him in, obviously Schitt's Creek as you, David, and then you also have now Good Grief. I've also remember in Happiest Season, and it's pretty much the same character arc. I mean, with different elasticity, the same thought process here. The same thought process here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would make the argument for actors in the sense that like a lot of what they do is pulling from their own experiences and drawing on those memories and emotions to portray them now. So I think he's a great actor because he's doing a phenomenal job of playing himself, sure, but he's pulling the right emotions effectively. His cries and things, like when he's being serious, when he's joking around, like he's doing a good job of acting. So I don't think it's fair to say that because he's playing a character that's essentially based on himself to some degree, that he's not acting. He is definitely acting. He's just not being someone else.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's kind of like like I said earlier, it's the persona effect where like Ashton Kutcher is another example. He just kind of plays himself
Good
in
example.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's I would say they're still acting. They're still nailing the emotions and the deliveries and everything. It's just their range of what they do is very limited. Like I said, like Johnny Depp can play anything, right? Ashton Kutcher and Levy probably could not. It's what they're acting in that makes them whether they're good or not. Not the style of what they're doing. Yeah. But
All right. So more of the cast. You got Luke Evans, who is on screen for very, very little movies. Very, very familiar face.
I love that you went to The Hobbit.
You know what? Yeah, he was also Gaston in the live action Beauty and the Beast. Um, I mean, he's just been in tons of them, tons of movies. So you got him, and then I mean, I guess the other two main characters who I've actually never really been introduced to either of them before. At least, well, yeah, he uh Ruth Nega, who plays Sophie, and Himesh Patel, who plays Thomas. Um, Although looking into Patel, he's been in movies that I've seen. I guess I just never recognized him.
The big one that I recognize him from, because I'm looking at his list now, is Yesterday, where he is the star. Which
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
it's a really interesting one where he basically ends up in a world where the Beatles don't exist, and he's essentially has gotten famous by writing the Beatles songs. There's a lot more to it than that, so like please give it a watch. So it is enjoyable, and it's not what you'd expect. Like with that premise, that's the basics of what happens, but there's a lot more going on. So actually, and he did a phenomenal job in that. So I was kind of excited when I saw him in this. But like the other things I'm noticing, like he was in Tenet. I'm like, I don't remember him in Tenet. But when it comes to Tenet,
I don't remember him in Tenet, and I remember him in Don't Look Up, and he's in both of those too.
I haven't seen Don't Look Up, but
that one's a good one.
I think I might remember him in Enola Holmes too. So he's done a few Netflix things. quickly scrolling through. Doctor Who, of course he is. Yeah, EastEnders. Okay. Yeah, nothing too familiar for him other than Yesterday and then Good Grief. But I liked him. I thought he did a good job, and I kind of wish they expanded more on his character. I felt like he got a little bit gypped in the story arc.
I don't know if it was just me, but he gave me Russell Brand vibes. It was
No.
like there's just something about the way he looked, the way he talked. I don't know.
Not me.
I will grant you there were a couple of times where like he made a face where I'm like I could see Russell Brand, but no.
No,
I'll admit
No.
like I said I'll admit I could see some resemblance as you bring it up in the moment. No, I didn't see it, but like I could see where you're getting at, but no.
yeah. I'm not saying doppelganger. I'm just saying moments, vibes.
Maybe they're from the same spot of England.
Did
I don't
anyone
know.
have any other shout outs, actor spotlights, any cast members that they want to mention? Performances?
I had 2 shout outs.
Matt does.
Anybody else? No.
Oh, you know what? You know who I did notice? The chick who plays Eve on Last Man Standing.
Yes. Yep. That was one of them. Caitlin Dever.
I forget her. Yeah, she was at the funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognized her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally didn't even notice that. That was her.
Yeah, I saw her.
She was Lily Kane.
Yes. Yes.
Was that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actress playing the star of the
She's
book.
like grown up
yeah.
now. It's crazy.
We also watched her in Booksmart, but this is like very different from the types of characters that she's known for. Where like the starlet that's just like over the top. I thought it was hilarious. She did a great job.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was one of them. For me, I have one other one.
Sure.
Anyone like anything else for anybody?
I can't think of any right now.
So David Bradley, who played Duncan, who was Oliver's dad, so Luke Evans's dad. For me, I immediately recognized him as Filch from Harry Potter. So for any of you fans out there who have been rewatching
He
Harry,
did say something. He was like, he looks like a professor from Harry Potter.
not quite.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, but
Yeah.
for the more serious fantasy fans, you might recognize him. I don't remember his character's name, but you might recognize him from Game of Thrones. He is responsible for the Red Wedding, I believe. Yeah, bastard. This scene left me really messed up. Don't worry. He gets his comeuppance, and Arya fucks him up real good. So David Bradley, yeah, shout out to him. It was nice seeing him play a pleasant person and not a bad guy. So he was really nice. Like I really enjoyed him as the dad. I thought it was just very heartwarming. Because we're talking about Father's Day, I guess is a really sad thing to bring up, but like, you know, it was his dad losing his son, and it was rough. But I thought he did an amazing job, and it was his speech, his eulogy was. I thought it was really nice without feeling over the top in any way. Like it was just everything felt very real, and then I think that's what I really liked about his performance. Is like it felt genuine. It all felt very very nice. So yeah. That's my last shout out. I don't recognize many others. Oh, that's not true. I guess I could shout her out, but it's like she's
All right.
yeah. Moving on.
So let's go.
We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
Let's go into rating.
Yes, this is. Stay away from this rabbit hole, everyone.
Oh, good grief, man.
Yeah.
All right, we are rating this a 3.48 out of 5 stars.
Where does that rank in the movies for this year? Is it near the top?
No, but it's also not near the bottom either.
Like, this feels very middle of the road score.
It is very, yeah, it is very middle. Letterbox is 3 out of 5 stars. Roger Ebert. I forgot to pull up the website.
Rating I did. Okay. They copied my rating.
Huh?
They gave it a 3.2 out of 5.
IMDb?
Yeah. If you cut it in half, it's a 3.2 out
Oh,
of 5.
I get what. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ratio is the same.
All right. So, good grief. The review starts off as, quote, Dan Levy found such massive success in Schitt's Creek that figuring out the next step for his career must have been daunting. It therefore feels uncoincidental that his feature film directorial debut is also about next steps. Moving on after a major chapter is closed, whether you want to or not. Levy has a strong on-screen presence. He's a remarkable, natural, likable performer, but he struggles a bit to find his voice as a writer and director with Good Grief. A modest study of the impact of loss that pushes a few buttons harder than it should and fails to fill out its ensemble equally. When this well-cast dramedy allows its characters to breathe and simply exist, it highlights Levy's future strengths as a filmmaker, making it a promising launch for the Emmy winner into the film world, even as I hope he trusts his actors and his audience more in future projects. That's just kind of the first start of it.
Yeah. It's good. It's accurate.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
All right. What else? All right. There's a lot of bare minimums on this one, just to let you guys know. For instance, there wasn't any budget disclosed. There wasn't any worldwide gross disclosed. There were no Oscars or Golden Globes to talk about either.
It's always the tough thing with like
And-
the streaming, like the straight to streaming ones.
Yeah. And there were only 3 facts that I was able to find, one of which I have already said about, which is it's his directorial debut. Another one is not really about the movie, but did you guys know that Dan Levy owns Not a Real Production Company?
Yes.
Okay. Why is it called that? It's a weird name for a production company.
I
So
think he
that's
was tongue in cheek because
Daniel
of,
Levy, and he's a sassy frass.
Okay.
I think it was tongue in cheek because of Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is most of the film is shot in London.
Even Paris?
And some in France.
So that's it, guys.
All right.
Less is more.
All right. Well,
That might be the quickest.
it's not the quickest.
That might
Like,
be.
Yeah.
Nah, there was the one movie we saw that had literally nothing. Or, I can't remember which one it was, but that's kind of the point, isn't it?
Well, it was your pick.
What, for my pick?
Yeah.
The one where we did literally nothing, or this one?
No, because you always pick weird movies.
I don't pick weird movies. I pick movies that you guys
kidding.
probably haven't seen. But all right, I'm. This is that time where we can either start with the beginning of the movie and hit memories and go on break, or just go on break. What would you guys like to do? We've only been chatting for maybe like 30, 40 minutes.
Want to take a quick like 5-10 minute?
We can. I've got
No,
food
it
that's
won't
ready to
be.
eat.
It won't be because it's my dinner thing, and I gotta do the teeth and all that stuff. So it will not be 10 minutes. I can promise you.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if you guys had dinner yet, but
Mine's basically ready to go. But let's do the intro and memories, and then we'll take a break.
Yeah,
Cool.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. So, intro. I'm trying to remember the opening credits because I feel like they were somewhat memorable, and I don't think I wrote them down.
wait,
The
where's
intro is
let's
the
start
intro
from the
is the
very
party.
beginning. A good place to start. Where's that at?
Well, I'm haven't set it up yet because I was trying to remember what the opening credits were. Like, wow, we're all
oh.
jumping the gun here, aren't we? Okay, to make everything okay, let's start at the beginning. A very good place to start. Let's start at the very beginning. All right. So, yes, let's just lock into the holiday party, which I thought this was a lot of fun. It was fun kind of getting to see this party and everything, them joking around with each other, kind of seeing the relationships. And the gift that Oliver gives Soph is absolutely hilarious, and the fact that I just kind of keep digging in on it. But all I could think was, like, while this is such a cute idea, like, this is such a nice thing of, like, all right, everybody, we're going to get together and sing at the Christmas party. Ready? Let's go. And, like, it's such a cute idea, but this is such a rich person thing. Like, you do
Oh, yeah.
not have a full band or even somebody at the piano these days while everybody is singing the same song together. Like, that shit doesn't happen unless you got money. And fucking time, man. Like, so yeah, I really liked the scene. I thought this was a lot of fun. And it's like it's a great little party. Great little party scene that ends in tragedy. Before anybody else want what would you guys like to say about the intro? I don't want to just jump into kind of like the whole meat of it. I don't know who went up first. You guys were like
Ready to
Draw
go.
McGraw over there.
So this, all right, right off the bat, I wasn't into it. I didn't like the people. It didn't seem like, sure, it seemed like a fun party, but it was more of like a fun party filled with just annoying people. And then when you start to see that it's like some of them are the main characters, I'm like, here comes the bumpy ride. I already know it. Like, this is who I have to hang out with this entire movie. I didn't like the personas. I didn't like the way that they were. Like I said, I think I said at the top of the show, it was like very pretentious. Um, and it seems so over the top fake to me. I'm like, who does this? Like, the entire party just starts to break out in song, and it's not like for like a course of a song. It's like, no, we're committed. We're doing the whole thing, guys. And I couldn't buy it. I didn't buy it. And it just, to me, it's a very, very rocky start to a really rough movie.
I mean, my thoughts are a little different, but
Fuck your thoughts. No, just
I
kidding.
um, so it's the whole thing with this movie. Like, it starts off the bat with we're essentially looking through a lens into a certain lifestyle that most people don't live, right? Like, these are not middle class people. These are definitely upper, maybe 1%er rich people, whatever. Um, and for us, like, we're like middle class people. Like, that's not a type of party that we would normally go to, right? Because that's not something that we are attracted to, I guess. But getting to like witness it was entertaining, right? Like, yes, I would not be friends with most of these people. I would not really want to just like be handed a sheet of lyrics and start singing with everybody. Like that's not my vibe. But it was still cool to see how people with a different status live than other types of people do. I'm like, oh, okay, like that's interesting. Like that's what they like. Good for them, you know. Um, and yeah, it was very like aesthetic, and it was shot very well, so it was like easy on the eye. Um, but I don't see any fault in it. Like it's not like these people are just living their lives that are just different from like a normal middle or even lower class. So good on them. But yeah, it was still entertaining nonetheless, right? Um, but not something that I would want to be a part of. Yeah.
I mean, I'd want to be a part of it because then I'd be rich and I'd be having a good time and I'd be singing songs out of key and it'd
I
be a
don't
ton
think
of
so,
fun.
Matt.
Free alcohol.
Yeah, sure. Like go. We'll go once and just to experience it, and then
Yeah.
that's it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Just to
yeah.
say you did it. Like, Oliver's got legendary parties apparently. So it's like, you got to go once to just be like, I went to an Oliver. I don't remember his
Yeah.
name. He's an author. I don't
Yeah.
remember his name. Oliver. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. Yes, I think it's a fun one, but I agree with you, Brian. As we get further into the movie and talk more about the characters, I'm with you. These are heavily flawed people. Um, that and at one point, like I said, we'll get into it. At one point, I even wrote down, I'm like, mildly annoying. Like they are getting to a point where I'm like, it's not just that like they're flawed. It's I don't like you. You're doing this on purpose, and it's pissing me off. And I'm the viewer. So yeah, I get the frustration with the characters themselves. And I always kind of have a problem. I think you mentioned it before with movies where it's difficult caring about a movie when I don't care about the characters. And because it's kind of important. It's like, even if I dislike them, I still need to want to root for them. If they just suck, then it's like, I kind of don't care what happens to them. Like, I don't necessarily want them to end up okay at the end of the day. Like, I'm not going to root for the bad guy. So yeah, I feel it. I feel it. But yeah, go ahead, Jen.
So for me, I watched this movie a little different than like you would, because I think I have the words now maybe. So it's like this movie is, I don't think it's one that you do watch for enjoyment or entertainment. I think it almost had like a psychological aspect to it, and strongly on mental health. And so I found myself pausing it, and after like watching, and I did it in like doses, and I did like some reflection. Like it's almost like a therapy session, honestly, watching this movie and like seeing how these everyday people, like in some way, maybe we don't have the exact same situation, but in a way we can relate to them. And it's just interesting to see how they, handle these difficult situations, and just like trying to experience like transforming who they are, like they realize that they're flawed. And then, not to jump ahead, but that brings me into the memory of the movie for me. Am I allowed to
Sure.
continue on with it? So my memory for it that really impacted me, was the "I'm sorry" speech that Sophie started. I thought that was so so real and so honest. And like honestly, Sophie uh, was like my favorite character, because she was the one that brought like the realness to everything. And I mean, definitely, I see in this world everyone, I'm fine, I'm fine, everything's fine, when in reality it's not. And she forced them to get real with themselves. And I just thought that was such a beautiful moment.
Yeah, I to kind of feed off of some of what you're saying. It's like to me, this movie is not meant to be entertainment. It's meant. This is where it fades more into the art form of filmmaking, and it's meant to make you feel versus, you know, I mean, excitement is certainly a feeling, but it's made to make you feel a certain way. And a lot of the times, like I enjoy these sad movies. I especially just, you know, like kind of feeling down, like you need a little something, like these little reminders of like it's gonna be okay, or you know, fight through it. It's, you know, there's something at the end of this. So I appreciate these movies. But because it's not for entertainment, it's not for everybody. People are going to respond to it differently. But it is meant to kind of make you feel a certain way. And when it's sadness, when it's been like that kind of it puts you into a bit of a depressive state. It's like it's not the easiest thing to draw people to. But it's why I think that with this movie kind of lacking in dialogue, it could have hit that hammer home, like could have hammered that nail even tighter. It just would have locked it in. It would have made this that much more entertaining because the speech is powerful, but she's just kind of saying what needs to be said. But I feel like there's just moments when like what needs to be said could have been said in a more powerful way. Not that what she said isn't good, but go ahead, Nick.
Like what?
I specifically, I was trying to come up with dialogue now, and I don't have much quotes.
Put you on the spot.
I know, I've got. The quotes that I have are like the worst things possible. I'll just read them off. It was the package is for Soph, and it's the for Soph who cannot sing on the maracas, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And then she responds, "Oh no!" So this is actually it's Caitlin Dever's character when she says, "Oliver, you little slut." The worst thing to hear at a eulogy. I can't remember. Oh, they're watching The Housewives, and what's his name? What's the Thomas? Thomas describes it as Shakespearean, and I was like, that's actually I thought was really funny. To the pain, I think that was like the toast that she makes. Like, I don't remember. Like, I don't have good dialogue to be like this, but like. I don't have that speech at all. I don't remember any of the stuff that she says other than the fact that it's just kind of like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I hurt you, and I'm sorry I did this. Like, it's kind of the basic sorries, and they're impactful and meaningful, but they're just, like I said, it's there's other moments too when it's like things could be really hammered home here. One good monologue would sell this whole thing. Nick, you've been very patient, and I stalled long enough trying to come up with something for dialogue. I'm sorry, Jen, you got me.
That's all good. First of all, I just want to say I don't know what's going on with your lighting map, but when you're looking at us like right now, it looks like you have very angry eyebrows.
Yes, it's the shadow hitting.
It's the shadow from the glasses.
It's the shadow hitting my glasses. Yeah.
It's just funny.
Going sharper. No.
But anyway, yeah, Jen, you had said something that I found interesting was that like you said, on some level you could relate to the characters with like their faults and stuff, and I didn't really even think about that because I was like, man, these are people that I cannot relate with because of like their status or their money or like their personality or whatever. But it's like faults don't see money, right? Like we all have our, like we were just about it before. Like, we all have our own internal struggles, and it doesn't matter if you're poor, middle class, or rich. Like everybody has their problems. They have their faults, and money can't fix that. You know, the size of your house can't fix that. The amount of friends you have can't fix that. Um, and so yeah, but it does make it a little bit harder to relate to people like them because of their status. But we can all relate in some way.
I think it's
I think
important to
that's the important
remember
part.
rich,
It's
powerful
funny.
people are people too.
It's funny that you guys talk about this status because I didn't even see that. That just went way over my head.
Because Jen's upper class. She's got a mansion,
That's
but
right.
she's living in a little apartment to keep her lifestyle away from us.
That's right. You know
Yeah.
it. And I think, well, that's a whole other topic. We won't get into it. But no, I did. I saw like a lot of us in them, like how their friendship is. I thought of our movie club, and like we all have such different opinions all the time, but we're honest and real, and we can discuss it. And that was something that I really liked about the movie too, is the way that they communicated when they did start getting real, how they communicated with one another. I think communication is such a rare beauty in today's world, because a lot of times people are just talking like they're texting, just very short. It's something that I've been working on, is trying to become a better communicator. So I can relate to that. It's hard, but I don't know. I really liked it.
Yeah, some of the friends are really good at bringing up like things that people don't want to talk about, like with each other, you know,
Mhm.
and you can't do that over text.
I mean, you can, but I think it gets really,
Messy
yeah,
or
yeah,
lost in translation. I think.
lost in translation.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely went some of my pods reflect mode. I was like, that's our movie club. We are those people.
That's so us.
That's so. I mean, we sing songs together. Fun fact. Guys, we do
Oh
it.
my god.
We are more like them than.
Man, why did I never do that? Why did I never like send you guys the lyrics and then we all sing my fun fat raps together?
That's gonna be the remix for next year.
Yeah.
Actually, I just realized we're not gonna have like the fun facts compilation for the end of the year because you're not doing it.
It's just the same song.
It's
but
just the
different
same
footage.
song. We had the compilation last year. Now we got nothing. Yeah,
But yeah. Memories?
we do memories. We didn't really talk about the end of the intro,
Oh.
which for me the only thing this is where I wanted to highlight the cinematography. The last shot where you see Mark running out onto the streets to the accident. From that moment, like the transition goes where the camera is on like that steady cam or on a tripod kind of a thing, that more very steady look, to handheld and more shaky. And it's just like from a visual standpoint, it's like it's brilliant of like showing the turmoil, showing like the shakiness of what's happening, the foundation of the relationship. Like you really break down what that does. And then when you go into the next scene and it's cutting to real time where you've got Mark still in that steady cam versus the memories where it's like it's solid, it's strong, and it's bright. Like it's just brilliant. I think like really smart call on the cinematography and editing on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
But memories. Jen, what was your memory again? Sorry, it was the speech.
I'm sorry, speech, but then also I have another one,
Yeah.
which it's like pretty much the very next scene after, is just that close up of his face. His emotional expression says so many things without a single word. And he did such a good job. And I just like, I see his face in my head.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, the first thing that popped in my head for memories was was the day after the night of going out when Thomas is getting on a case about like or no, getting on Mark's case about like where were you last night? Like you just left and you never came back. Like did you even know what happened to is it Sophia?
Soph,
Sophie?
Sophie.
Soph? He's like, did you ever know what she did? And then she's like feeling down and bad and whoop, water
Weird.
just fell. Um,
The ghosts are telling you to be quiet.
but yeah, no, I just like I thought that scene was really really good and just it just like like the realness of Thomas just being concerned with his friends, but then also being interpreted as overreacting by Mark. So that, you know, like well, I'm here now, like we're all good, right? And then like that just shows like realness in friendships of people who really care about each other also get angry at each other, you know. I just thought that was a really cool scene. It's a really good memory for me.
I think it's important, like you said, to just kind of like recognize too. I think everybody kind of gets in their head that relationships are perfect, like they see certain things and just assume that it's perfect. And it's like, but I mean, things happen. Like nothing is ever perfect, and like including friendships, right? It often you don't think about fighting with your friends, but sometimes it happens. But you also got to let that shit out so that you can move past it and get tighter.
And grow, yeah.
Like Jen was saying with her previous scene of, you know, the I'm sorry's and stuff. It's like sometimes you got to get real, call people out for the shit, and just be like, all right, let's air it out, let's get on the same page and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to be that friend though.
Moving forward without really discussing anything.
Can't solve anything if you don't talk about it. Go, Brian.
I guess my memory would be the funeral.
Go ahead. Yeah.
There's a lot going on in this funeral.
So awkward.
One of my memories was as Caitlin Dever. Just wow.
Yeah, that's a funeral speech that you just weren't expecting to hear. Where clearly the only thing she's concerned about is what is she gonna do for her career now because
Yeah.
all the potential movies are now no longer I'm just like, so you're just trying to get paid. You know, you don't care. You you clearly don't care. She ends up calling his dad, or I'm sorry, calling his husband a dirty slut.
No. She
And
calls Oliver the slut.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Like he's there at his husband's funeral, and he gets to hear her say, "You dirty little slut." And then after you're basically like shocked with that type of speech, then they roll over to Oliver's dad's speech, which is just day and night. It's like this is more of what a funeral speech would sound like, and it was probably, I would say, the more entertaining scenes of the movie.
Yeah. I like what they did. I thought Caitlin was hilarious. What was her character's name?
Lily Kane.
Lily Kane. Yeah. No, I thought she was absolutely hilarious. Watching her freak out about how this guy's death is going to cause the end of her acting career and how she's doing this
Right.
at his eulogy, like at his funeral. It's like, are you serious? So bad.
So Hollywood.
Oh my god, though, but it's perfect. It's perfect in explaining like who Oliver was. Like it's this is how prominent he was in the world. This is how famous he was. Is like that they were making movies. He was writing these movies. He was writing these books, and he's still young, and he had an impactful career ahead of him. Like they're dropping a lot of stuff, and it's really funny, but then it comes in with the seriousness of dad's speech, and it's beautiful, it's impactful. This was a really great moment. I really enjoyed the dialogue, and it felt great where it's like this is kind of a story that he's told before. Like it felt somewhat like familiar that he's definitely been telling the story about how his son became a writer and all of that. But the delivery of it all, how it was happening, like how like the rhythm in which he was delivering everything was like this is perfect. It was just slow enough to be like, oh, this is a really heartwarming story. This is really nice. And then that kind of like the gut punch at the end of like how beautiful and meaningful it was to hear those words coming from the father, and then seeing Mark just kind of losing it at it too, of like, you know, this is his husband's father saying these things about him, how he feels about him, and all. Like it's a really beautiful moment. It's beautiful and sad.
What was the thing that his father was saying about him wanting his son to draw a certain type of drawing, but then
He's write stories.
his son wanted to. What was it?
He's writing stories. He wanted him to write stories for boys.
Oh, was it writing stories? I thought it was drawing pictures.
No, Mark was the artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Oliver was the writer. Mark was the illustrator. But
yeah. So his dad said something like, "Oh yeah, I wanted him to write stories for boys. Instead, he wrote stories that were kind of for girls." And then the dad has the realization of like, I just wanted him to write what he wanted to write. You know, I thought that was a powerful thing.
Well, that moment when he says, you know, getting out of his way sooner, getting out of his way faster, and like, I wish I didn't stop him from getting to those flowers or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it was really nice, and like the point of the speech too, kind of being like him coming to terms and accepting his son as gay and all of these things. Like it's the subtlety is certainly there, but it's just really nice how he says it all, and ultimately ending it with like you said, just the beautiful, I wish I'd gotten out of your way sooner. So you would have had more time to be this amazing person you are. It's good stuff. That was one of my memories. Like I said, for my memories was Caitlin Dever. So I didn't have a backup. I kind of went to the Ferris wheel. But mostly because it felt like, you know how in every American movie when they go to Paris, there's always the Eiffel Tower, there's always the Ferris wheel, there's all like we have to show these things to prove like this is where we're at.
London Eye.
What was it?
Yeah.
The London Eye.
Yes.
Yeah, the London Eye. Yeah.
But that was a different Ferris wheel, right? Because they were.
Yeah.
They were
in, I don't think they were in London.
No, they were in Paris, whatever Ferris wheel that one was. But,
yeah, the Ferris wheel that was in Paris, yeah.
But the reason I really remember the Ferris wheel in particular was the scene when they're on the Ferris wheel is pretty impactful. It's kind of the first moment when they're starting to get a little real with each other. But it's the fact that Soph earlier, she goes, I'm going on that thing. Like she points it out and it's like, I'm going on that. Like she was about to say something big, meaningful, and she's just like, I'm going on that thing at some point. Let's go party. And then it's like, there they are. They did make it. Like anything that she says she's gonna do, she sets out and she does it. So I like the Ferris wheel for the things that it was and all the reasons. It's okay. But backup memory.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to go ahead and take our break for dinner? We'll be back in a few minutes, and then we'll hop into scenes and things. Sweet.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, you guys be thinking about scenes, and we will see you in just a few minutes. BRB, my friends.
Be longer than a few.
You
You guys can start without me if you want.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm serious. If you guys are ready, just go for it.
I gotta get my own food.
there's something you see in me, 'cause I see the same in you. I know that there's more than meets the eye, 'cause you light up my world tonight. So we should be floating to wherever we're going, 'cause if the sky is an ocean, then we're going slow motion. Then we're going slow motion. Then we're going slow motion. I know that there's something you see in me, 'cause I see the same in you. I know that there's more than meets the eye, 'cause you light up my world tonight. So we should be floating to wherever we're going, 'cause if the sky is an ocean, then we're going slow motion. Then we're going slow motion.
Hey. You and your kitty claws. I saw that. I saw that. What? What you say? You gotta do something. Oh, you do that. Oh, hi, Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Do this here.
What's up, Jen?
I'm trying not to make a giant mess on my couch. We had to do this carefully.
We got tacos going on? All right. Yeah, impossible for me to not make a mess. Similar vein, I've got it's like a salsa shredded chicken over rice, and so I put some cheese and hot sauce on there, so pretty simple. But I'll have some leftovers, and I think if I throw in some like corn and some beans that we've got, that'd be a nice filler too. So yeah.
Then you get a burrito bowl.
Exactly. Yes. That's the goal. That's the goal.
But I'm on just a taco kick today. Earlier I did it with chicken and refried beans. And then now I have it with like ground beef, but no beans. But I was like, it's such a good combo.
Sorry, what was it? It was ground beef and what?
I have ground beef, some coleslaw mix that's like lettuce.
Yeah.
But not with, you just the veggies. Salsa and I used Greek yogurt as sour cream.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so I make a big batch of it, and then I have just one like actual taco, and then because I always overfill the taco, like insane, and I don't need to do that. So I split it. I split it in two, where I have like the filling is the majority, but then I just have that one taco, and it's so good.
Ah, that sounds good. That sounds real good.
And then earlier I did the same thing, but I had chicken and then refried beans with it as well. But then the same salsa, shredded cabbage, and sour cream.
Sour cream, yeah. I used because last week I made it was like fish tacos essentially. So I've got some cabbage, and I made oh god, I should try it. I bet it's so spicy right now. It was a pineapple salsa, but it's essentially just pineapple, jalapeno, and like lime juice.
Yeah.
So oh god, it was so good at the time, but like it had like a little bit of heat because no seeds with the jalapenos. But after soaking for a week, I bet it's got a little heat now. Like,
Yeah, it does.
I might have to make some more tacos. Which that's what some of this leftover chicken's gonna be for, is making tacos. So, it sounds good. I'm not gonna lie, I like having the music.
I do too. It's nice.
I'm working on getting more songs so that I could play different different tracks, different vibes and stuff. The ultimate goal being like it's more fitting to the mood of the movie. So like if we watch an action movie, it's gonna be more high energy kind of stuff. This is just what I literally have.
Well,
on
I don't
hand.
know if you caught the first song, but it was like so in line with like everything that we're talking about. I was like, oh, this is perfect.
The first one with lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Like the girl was saying like basically like you are me, I am you. It's like we are. I was like, there you go, you got it. You got the vibe.
yeah, I've heard these songs so many times, but like I haven't necessarily registered them yet because editing and looking for kind of a thing.
Mhm.
So like I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I think it's fun. It's nice. Like I just feel better about having some noise going on while we're away, like
Yeah.
and not feeling any pressure. I mean, it's whatever. Like there's not just this awkward silence anymore. There's just it's music playing. We come back when we come back. Who cares? Like
Yeah,
the point.
and
The point is that we're chilling and having a conversation.
and the viewer won't be like, is my thing broken?
Yeah. Are they coming back?
Yeah, are they ever coming back?
I don't want because there's no point right now of like limiting ourselves on like how long a break can be. It's like let's live our lives. We're hanging out. We're chatting about a movie. Like no
We do
worries.
this for fun.
Yeah, no worries.
Or at least I do.
I do, and that's that again. But that's why I feel better about like having the music. Is it's just there never has to be a silence. And Nick doesn't feel obligated to keep writing music, although we miss it.
In the famous words of Tom DeLonge, silence is deafening.
I love it. Nobody can impersonate him without like actually impersonating him.
Tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Where are you? I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot think tonight.
And it's
Oh,
all
love
done
it.
with love.
I was obsessed with Blink 182. you guys.
I am still and always have been obsessed with Blink 182.
I
No
love
shame.
Okay, I listened to Blink 182, but I was never like a huge diehard. So, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think I might have brought this up with Jamie. They have an album that is called "Take Off Your Shirt and Pants," or "Pants and
Take off your pants and jacket.
Pants and Jacket." Thank you. Okay, and I never I'd seen this album for forever and had no clue what it was. I didn't understand it because it's just a like what white pattern with an airplane, pants, and a jacket. Like that's all it says. Can't remember if it says Blink 182 anywhere on it. And I'm like, I have no idea what this is. And I never bothered to look until I looked, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a Blink 182 thing. Got it. Okay, it's called "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket." Okay.
Yeah. Also, I think the cover is black, not white.
Is it black? Maybe
Yeah.
maybe the CD is white.
Well, the CD album I have is black, and then it's like red, yellow, green. It's supposed to be like a stoplight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The airplane though, I'm not entirely sure what the airplane's for.
Take off.
Oh.
You're the diehard fan, and you never realized that the airplane that is taking off is take off. Take off your pants and jacket. It's literally.
Oh my. Well, I just never like. I understood the pants and jacket, but I was like, Airplane?
Take off.
Take off. Oh, that's
It's-
clever. Wow.
It's literally the name of the album. You never put.
Yeah, I know it's the name of the
That's
album. I
hilarious.
didn't associate takeoff and airplane in the same sentence when I'm
That's
thinking
just-
about Blink-182.
That's so funny.
That's funny.
So funny.
Mm.
All right.
Take off your pants
Sorry.
tonight.
I'm gonna get a couple more mouthfuls. But Brian, how are you doing? Food good, your teeth, everything excellent day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just how are you doing? or as the famous Wendy would say, how you doing? There's that talk show host. Do you remember her?
Oh,
Wendy,
Was
yeah,
it Wendy
she's-
Williams?
Okay.
Yeah, Wendy Williams. Yeah, she's like, how you doing?
You didn't go with Joey?
Well, I mean, yeah.
I thought you were trying to do an impression of Eddie Murphy in Norbit when he is Respucia. How are you doing?
Oh no, that's not. That's not what I was-
That's what I thought you were doing, and I was like very confused.
How you doing? Jen, what was your favorite song by Blink-182?
Oh man, there's so many. There is like, okay, I loved Adam's song for sure,
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
and I loved All the Small Things.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
And I mean, I'll always jam out to that. I like the "I Miss You" song. I was all emo when everyone was emo. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss
I
you.
have fond memories at Warped Tour. Welcome back.
Rock show?
Ooh, love rock show. That's a good one.
Fell in love with the girl at the rock show.
I mean, I don't know if there was.
She said what? And I told her that. That's so. How many times do you say what at a rock show? Because you can't hear anything.
Yeah. She said what? And I didn't know.
Do you need a drink? What?
Yeah.
Man,
Okay. No, that's a good. That's a definitely
Do you
really good
need
fix.
a drink? No, this isn't pink.
What?
This is Red
Damn
Hot
it.
Chili Peppers. I said, do you need a drink?
And then you're just like,
no, it's
damn
Blink.
it. And they're like, I love that song.
No, Blink 182 comes up next.
I love Nick with. Oh yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
The awkward
Do
nod,
you
smile, and
need
turn
a
away.
drink?
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Righteous. Yeah. Man, you are making me miss going to rock shows.
I'm so bummed. I mean, I'm bummed, but like, it's obviously like a better thing is happening. But Blink-182 is playing here in Sacramento at Aftershock this year, and I won't be here. So sad, but because I'll be in Europe, and I'm like, well, Europe is better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and I've seen them before. So
Depends
it's
who
not...
you asked.
What's that?
I said it depends who you asked.
Jen's like, fuck Europe. I'll see Blink-182 any day.
Take me to a concert any day.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like What's My Age Again. That's one of my top ones. Like one of the best intros to a song I've ever heard. It's like I took her out. It was a Friday
yes,
night.
thank
I
you.
work alone. Yeah, that song. So good.
That was their debut.
That's about the time she walked away.
And then I turned on the TV. They're such
That's
weird-
about the time she walked
they're
away from me.
Such guys.
Nobody likes
It's like a diary in a song.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask about what's the name of that song?
What's my age again?
What's my age again? I never remember it because I always remember it as the one where it's like nobody likes it when you're 23.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, I can never remember the title. I'm so bad with the names. If you tell me a band, I'd be like, yeah, I've heard of them. I could not tell you what their best song is, like that one that everybody knows, until you start playing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally know this song. Like, oh, this is these guys. Yeah. Like every time, I have never been able to like lock in. I get excited when I do recognize something. I'm like, is this blah blah blah? And I look at it, I'm like, yes, nailed it, because I never get it right.
Well, you know that song that's like "Let the bodies hit the floor." That song.
Yeah, it's on.
I heard
multiple of my playlists. Yes.
Yeah, well, the band that performs that song, I never knew the name. I never knew the name of the band that performed that song, and so I think it was last year or the year before. Cody and I saw them, the band, and their last song was that song that came on. And I was like, that they're the ones that performed this song, and I was like, let the bodies hit the floor. It was like one of the best moments. I was like, oh my god, I'm seeing them live with this song. That's the song.
So to further my point, I have that song on multiple playlists. Could not tell you the name of the band. Who was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's like bubble, aqua, I don't know, bubble.
Pool.
What?
Drowning pool.
Drowning pool. I knew it had something to do with water.
This is like a hidden talent of mine, you guys. You give me a song, you give me lyrics, I'll have it memorized. Minutes. I would do that. That was like, I would buy CDs so I could look at the little paper that it came with, and I had those lyrics locked in. It got to the point where it's like, okay, like maybe I should take my schoolwork and start making songs to memorize stuff, because it was just how my brain, I don't know, it's how my brain functions.
Yeah.
Like, you give me a song, you give me the band, I got it locked. It's like not leaving my head.
But one of my favorite memories of my brother and I when we were kids is if I got an album and it didn't come with the lyrics, my brother he would like play the songs, and then he would write down the lyrics as he heard them for me. He would do that for me, so because I was hard of hearing, so he would write down the lyrics so that I could like, read them and sing along to them, because they never came in the case. It's just like,
that is the sweetest thing.
I know. Yeah, but this is also a brother who would like slap me on the back of the head and call. He would say things like Nick Knucker and Matt Master and like, just yeah.
I'm trying to imagine Matt bullying you.
I mean, it was all like good fun, but yeah.
It's the brotherly love.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to get back into the movie? Because much like Jen with her songs and lyrics and all that stuff, that's movies for me. So Brian, when he decided to start this, it's like dream come true. What?
Good segue.
Yeah, right. This is what
Give yourself an applause for that, Matt.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Oh.
There you go. Yeah. There.
Thank
Much
you.
deserved.
It feels selfish, but I'll take it. But yeah, I that's why I love movies. Is like I've just, for me, growing up and learning too. Same thing. I'm a visual person. If we watched a movie about something and it was like a documentary, on lock. Who said something about what? Boom, got you. If it was drawn up on the board, got you. But if you asked me to read something, fucked.
I don't got you.
Yeah, it's just it was so much harder for me to lock it in, because reading is pain in the ass. But yeah, so movies are the best. And on that note,
Yay, still works.
oh, wrong way. My God, he's got the smoke machine and everything going on. That was intense.
And I'm singing, and I fell in love with a girl.
We need like an EDM remix to this song.
Oh, nice. Well, welcome back to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out as we dive further into Good Grief, streaming on Netflix. Not sponsored. So, did you guys have any scenes or anything that you wanted to bring up? There's plenty to talk about, but did you have any? Yeah. Go, Jen.
I got so excited. I have to finish. Hold on.
Give me a hint. And I'll start you off.
Well, I mean, we were talking about it. Can we just talk about the karaoke scene?
Oh, hell yeah.
Because it just is such
Whiskey
good
says
vibes all around.
karaoke. Hell yeah.
I just like it because I really miss karaoke, you guys.
Is that something you did a lot?
Oh, yeah. I sang and performed like it was my full-time job back in the like 8-10 hour days. Not a thing for me. Like, that's fine.
Like, would you go to like
So
a
it just brought me
karaoke bar?
I made karaoke bars at my house. I went out and sang. Like, I sang 24/7.
Okay, that's cool.
That's my brother. That's where. And then when I couldn't sing, I dragged people on to sing because like the karaoke is so fun. Like
It
it's
is.
so.
I've never done it.
Have you guys not seen my tattoo? Have I never shown you my tattoo? Like,
You have a tattoo? Oh,
I have 3. I
that's
sing.
cool.
Yeah,
The
this was
microphone.
the first baby.
That's cool.
Nice. No, I've never been brave
So I
enough. I've never been brave enough for karaoke.
It's not. It's just go. Okay, we're going. We're going. I'm gonna drag you on stage like I did with my brother.
I feel like I'd be more comfortable in one of like the booth type situations with karaoke,
I've
like how
never
Like
like
the
how
private
they,
rooms.
well, like
yeah.
how they had it where it's like it's just their group and they're doing like it's soundproof. They're just sing your heart out. Who cares? Like I feel like
That'd be
I
so-
yeah, I think I'd be more comfortable in that situation. I have no idea what I would sing though.
At home karaoke it is. Next meetup, we're doing it.
Matt's gonna sing "What's My Age" again. That's it. That's gonna be your first one.
No.
Yeah.
I'd have to pick a better one. Something that's like really in my range that I know better.
All the small things. Yeah.
All
Something with Flogging Molly.
small
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's a Flogging Molly song you got. In your
Oh,
head.
the Flogging Molly ones just kind of like come at me. You know,
Yeah.
it kills me. Why have I not? I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed, Flogging Molly. I don't listen to you as much as I used to. And it's not in any. It's in a few of my playlists, but like not to the degree that I love these guys. So, but yeah, now I could do a Flogging Molly one.
Oh no! Let the bodies hit the floor. You would rock out to that one for sure if you did karaoke. Yeah.
Oh my God! Sorry, that reminds me. My best friend Colton is he's been making music with his son, where it's like scream, it's metal, and like it's just his son screaming, and it's fantastic. It's so much fun. He's been making the music and doing all these things. If I can share it with you guys, I'm gonna ask him if I can do that. But like at some point, I'm gonna see if I can share it. But these songs, it's just fun, and it's so freaking cute to hear his kid doing like like he's doing the screaming, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I freaking love these things. But all right, get me back into the movie. Brian, Can you center us? What were we talking about?
And was talking about the karaoke scene.
Karaoke.
Talking about
Oh
the
my
karaoke
God.
scene, and you went on a little tangent there, did you?
Yes, that's why. You've been sitting there patiently. He's got the patient. He's like, I'll wait. Where were we?
The point is, it just made me happy because it brought back happy memories. I don't actually want to talk about this scene. I want to talk about my own memories.
Fair enough.
I want to talk about my own real life scenes.
I had a karaoke song.
Yeah.
Yes, did I have?
What is it?
I've been waiting.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
not.
Girl like
From
you.
Foreigner?
Foreigner. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Says feel in.
if I'm calling if I'm calling Foreigner, then that means we're at a good drunk level, because that's when I'm liquid courage
Ready to go.
and I'm like, guys, I'm about to hit the good notes.
Yes.
Do you want to know what the first song came to mind for Brian to do karaoke with? It was I'm a Barbie girl
Oh my God. That's how he starts the
by
night.
Aqua. Yeah.
That's how he
No, but
starts the night.
I definitely
Yeah.
I've done karaoke to I said the number one song for me is Foreigner. I've been waiting for a girl like you. I've done A Whole New World a couple times.
Okay.
Really lit up the bar on that one.
Yep.
Lysandra and I did a drunk duo last year in Reno
What?
and I had no shame in this at all. Quit playing games with my heart. From the B boys, repping the town
Hell yeah.
proudly.
Hell yeah.
The entire the bar was on cloud nine. They're like, nowhere are these two this white boy and this Brazilian boy doing this right now.
Like that scene from Rush Hour 2 when he's in the Asian bar or the Asian karaoke and singing, the whole crowd's going crazy.
Yeah. I think I might have a video of it actually.
Oh my God.
I have video of Foreigner if anybody wants it.
Let me check. Oh, I do have a video.
Oh my God, send it.
No, wait. That's of Lysandro. I don't think that's it.
Don't lie to us.
I'll send it anyway. Well, my karaoke song that I've done before is by Yellow Card, Ocean Avenue.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll sing my heart out to that song.
I can picture that.
Yeah.
Love that.
There was it was like maybe 5 years ago. There was a little bar called the Pine Cove in Midtown, and me, my cousin, and two of his friends were all like 6 feet tall, and you see four dudes just all doing a quadruple duo, whatever, singing to Ocean Avenue. Like we're all like middle school teen girls or whatever. It's just it was a lot of fun.
My go-to is definitely country for sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where I'd go. Like there's lots of things that I could sing if I'm feeling comfortable, and like I'm not afraid to hit up the show tunes side of things. Like, if I'm feeling comfortable.
You also gotta, if you do it at a bar, you gotta read the room.
That's why the bar part of it is like this is where I'm not comfortable. I'm not at that level yet. Get me in a room drinking and having a good time with you guys, and we're just singing these fun songs. Much better situation for me.
Yeah.
When I lived in Florida with my mom and my stepdad, I was dating this guy. Like he moved from California to Orlando to be with me, and